Hey, it's Tuesday, Tuesday, it's Greg Gray, I'm your new Tuesday. Hey everyone, so I just wanted to say that I'm very excited to be here, and I'd like to thank my That Gay Bunch Brotherhood for picking me to be the new Tuesday, so, you know, the checks are in the mail. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Greg, and I vlog over at Greg vs. the Universe. I'm 26 years old, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. By replacing Dan, I know that I have some huge shoes to fill, but I thought, since nobody really likes change, I thought that I'd try to ease you into the transition. So, if you can see behind me, I busted out a small Christmas tree and some stuffed animals, so that's going on in the background, just like in Dan's videos. And one more thing. I scalped Stan and I put his hair on me. So, really? It's like he never left. Let's get down to business. This week's theme comes from Caleb, and of course that means it's about sex. And he was asking us what our sexual turn-offs are, or as I like to call them, boner killers. For the purposes of this theme, I'm going to illustrate it with a little story that comes from my senior year of college in 2006. One day I was pre-gaming for a party with some friends and had a bunch of people over, and I was drinking a bottle of wine, and then once I finished that I started on a second bottle of wine, and one of my friends brought over this guy who was this large black man who, for the purposes of this story, we are going to call Uncle Ben. So, Uncle Ben and I started talking, and my other friends decided to go off to the party, and we were chatting, and we both were like, well, we don't really want to go to these parties, but we felt kind of obligated because they were like birthday parties and things like that, where you have to at least make an appearance, and then you can go off and do whatever you want. So we were having a good time, just kind of chatting and relaxing, so we decided that we were going to meet up later, so we exchanged numbers and went our separate ways to our respective parties. I got really bored, I came back early, I fell asleep, and apparently Uncle Ben had called me, but I didn't get it. So in the middle of the night, like the bed intruder, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your husband, he snuck in to my apartment and crawled into bed with me. Now, normally this would have probably been a little scary, but considering the fact that I had had 2 bottles of wine and I had had a couple beers when I was at the party, I was feeling amazing, so it actually kind of felt like a good idea at the time. All things do when you're that drunk. Uncle Ben and I are talking for a little bit, and then one thing leads to the other, and we start making out. And this is when he stops mid-kiss, looks at me, and says, "You smoked a cigarette, didn't you?" I have never smoked a cigarette in my life. Anyway, we were able to power through that, and he continues to kiss me and stuff, and then our clothes come off, and we're both kind of getting hot and heavy, and we're actually kind of getting a little bit sweaty because it's during the summer. The air conditioning in our building was awful, and so we're just like sweaty, gross, disgusting messes. So he starts kissing me, and we're making out hardcore and kind of feeling each other up, and then he starts like kissing down my body, and then he lifts my arm up and then starts licking my armpit, but he's licking it like he is having a freaking ice cream cone. Then when he's done that, he comes at me to try and kiss my face. Well, I kind of treat him like it's my aunt trying to kiss me, and I'm like trying to avoid it, and so then he just starts like, you know, licking my ear and kissing my face and trying to kiss my neck, and then he's just kind of hovers there like a vampire, and you know, it kind of feels nice, but then it starts to hurt, and that is because he is giving me a hickey. After that, he tries to go south of the border, and I'm like, whoa, hey, okay, you know what, I don't really know you that well, I don't feel comfortable with this, and he says, well, what do you want, a handshake? Now I'm trying to work on my exit strategy, so I told him, you know what, I'm just going to bed, and so I rolled over, which was probably not a smart idea to put my back to him in that compromising position that I was in, but anyway, so he is respectful to a point. I mean, he's trying to like still kiss me, and he's trying to like kiss my neck, and I'm trying to block it because, you know, I don't want him to give me another hickey, and then eventually he just kind of settles in and is spooning me, and he falls asleep with like his face right here, and he's all sweaty and it's disgusting. And then he falls asleep on top of me and he starts snoring in my ear. So I eventually had to like weasel my way out, and you know, I went and checked out my hickeys in the mirror, and it kind of looked like Australia and New Zealand, and it was enormous, so cheers, John. But it was just an awful experience, and then I had to like wait until my roommate woke up the next morning, and I was like sleeping on the futon in our common room, and there was this whole elaborate thing in which we tried to get him out of my room. So anyway, that was quite an ordeal, but all of those things are deal breakers, so let's review. Live, you learn. Anyway, it was great to see you guys. I'm so happy to be here. Everybody was so nice in my audition video. Even the other auditioners, you guys were classy gentlemen and scholars and wholly amazing and awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to say much love to everybody, and I look forward to being the new Tuesday. Bye. Until next time, it's